Alright, what's up guys? It's like 10 o'clock at night. Bored at the hotel. Don't feel like falling asleep yet. I'm awake as can be, so we're gonna do a little transmission service on the rig. Like I said earlier, it's been acting up a little bit on me, so I'm gonna try to do a training service, see if that makes anything happier. If not, I mean, it definitely needs one. I've been way overdue for it. So probably got this transmission built probably 8 months to a year ago and haven't done a service yet. Probably way over. They say to do it every 12,000 miles. It's probably been 30, 40, maybe 50,000 miles since I've done it. So I'll show you guys how I do it. I don't have a drain pan on me, so get yourself some large bags, triple bag it. Use one of these bad boys. 30-gallon bags, and they fit in there perfectly. Yeah, triple bag it, and there's your drain pan. Alrighty, so I got the 68 RFE in my truck, so it's pretty simple. There's probably 15 bolts all the way around. They're all 8mm. So the first thing you're gonna do is just take off all these bolts, get them loose. This pan has RTV on it right now. Normally I'm not a fan of using the RTV. Not that I'm not a fan, I just have never used it before. But when the transmission shop did it last, they put RTV on here, and I noticed that it's not leaking at all. You can see it's nice and dry under there, and the gaskets that come in those kits always leak. So with that being said, I just went to Walmart, got some RTV to do it the right way again. So first thing you do, undo all the bolts. Start from the back and work your way forward, because you want to leave the ones in the front a little loose, so that don't take them off all the way, so that you can crack the pan and let it drain. And if I'm being honest, out of all the services on the truck, the transmission is one of my least favorite, although it's pretty dang easy to do. I hate the smell of transmission fluid. Can't get it out of any of your clothes. Yeah, it smells like burnt popcorn. But this is gonna be good. We'll see what condition this transmission fluid's in. I don't know if it's the RTV that's keeping these tight or what, but I think these bolts are tighter than they should be. They should only be 9 foot-pounds, which isn't that tight at all. Maybe they just tighten up from the heat or whatever. We got them all off except for the 2 that are on the front here. So like I said, that RTV is holding it pretty good. Loosen these a little bit so that it can come down, but hopefully not drain out the front. We're gonna go back here, pry this down a little bit. There we go. There's something at least. Yeah, you can see it's like bending the pan. So I'll just work my way around here, get this loosened up a little bit. Nothing wrong with a little slow drain, but I'm gonna turn this sideways so that we can do our best to catch it all here. There we go. Let that drain out for a little bit, and then we'll pry it off the rest of the way once it stops draining. But yeah, 68 RFE, baby. The world's best transmission for Cummins motors. And I would have thought just the weight of it by this point would pull it off. pan off to the side. Good thing I put a towel here, right? Turn this like that so I can catch everything that drips. And look at that, I do have a spin-on filter. I didn't know at the store if I had the spin-on filter or not, so I was like, just give me both of them. We'll figure it out when I take it off. And then got the Torx. So I believe it's a T25. Let's go get a Torx, take the filter off. This one spins off by hand, or it should at least. Put the new filter on, clean up those gasket mating surfaces, which luckily they looks like they came off pretty clean. On the transmission side, I'll still have to take a razor to it, but get it all off, clean up the pan, put on some new RTV, and get her back filled up. So when I pulled off the old filter and it still had this bung on it, it was almost all the way off. So I was kind of nervous because I thought that this was supposed to stay in the transmission like a oil filter would, but I was relieved to see that the new one has it on there. So I think it's supposed to go on with the filter, it looks like. So with that being said, I'm a little relieved. I thought that this was going to turn into another one of those jobs where nothing goes right, especially being 1,200 miles away from the house. With the transmission pan off, now my truck is immobile, but should be all good. Throw the new one on and get going. These look like the same filter. Imagine the transmission shop was putting on O'Reilly's filters on my transmission that I paid over $6,000 for. That would be funny, wouldn't it? I'm sure they're using the cheapest stuff that they could find, no doubt. But with that being said, clean up the pan, clean off all the RTV, clean off the RTV off the transmission side, and reinstall it. Let's go. I don't even know what to say about this. Look at this pan. It's like looks like flaking paint all over it. Like, I don't know if this pan was painted originally or it's just falling off, but what kind of transmission shop would put this back in here? Like, that's crazy, honestly. That is crazy. This shit's just, look, this shit's just flaking off. Like, this would not surprise me one bit if part of this is what's giving me my transmission problems. It's got clutch fluid all over it, clutch material, and there's no magnet. Like, I am so calling these guys in the morning. Like, what the heck? I can't believe that. It's really pissing me off. Look at this stuff. Like, I mean, what the hell? I mean, what freaking transmission shop would do this? I swear to God. These guys were calling me up saying, finding other things that it needed along the way, upcharging me this, that, and the other, but doesn't say one thing about this. Like, I mean, it's a $80 pan if I put the factory one back on. You could have upsold me on a deep dish, anything you wanted, but to install this back in my truck that you guys had the transmission out of over 5 times because I've been having problems with it is completely out of control. I mean, this is so unprofessional. Like, I'm a backyard mechanic and I know way better than this. Like, I'm gonna have to take an hour just to scrape all this out with a razor blade right now. And who knows if this thing was fully coated before. Like, who knows how much of this I've lost in the transmission. But I've been getting transmission codes, sensor codes, governor pressure codes, all kinds of stuff. I bet you because it's got freaking junk all over it. That really pisses me off. Wire wheel to it. I was scraping it for a little bit, then I remembered I had this wire wheel in here. I really don't know if this pan's aluminum or metal. I guess it's metal if a magnet sticks to it. So it is metal. And that's another thing, my magnet wasn't even in here, so that just irritates the hell out of me. This should be awesome to get all this RTV off too, but I'm gonna use this to clean up the paint real quick and hopefully works. Look at literally 2 minutes of work. And she's looking at tits. All you guys had to do. Literally all you guys had to do. Can't believe I've never thought of using that before. This is such a pain in the ass to scrape off with a tool. No, the only problem is I got a shit ton of dust in there I'm gonna have to clean out very well. And I decided not to get brake cleaner because I was like, oh, transmission fluid is a detergent. It'll take care of it. But I'll just dip some rags in the oil fluid and clean it all out and we'll be good. I don't really know how tight I'm supposed to tighten this thing. They say that you're only supposed to go 3/4 past tight, but there we go. See, I'm just leaving it there. But people also say that they get pretty loose on you and will mess up. But then 3/4 past tight. So we've got the new spin-on filter on, we've got the new pan filter on. There's one Torx bolt down there, it's a T25. You don't need to tighten it too tight, just snug it up pretty good and just go a little bit, another 1/8 of a turn after snug. Torxes are common to strip. I do not have a good track record with them. With that being said, we've got the whole gasket mating surface cleaned up. We got the pan cleaned up. I'm gonna go clean it one more time, put a nice bead of RTV on there and get it reinstalled. And all we gotta do is fill it up after that and we'll be good to go. All right, in case you have any questions, this is how a transmission pan is supposed to look before you put it in. Yeah, I didn't get everything 100% off, but that stuff's on there pretty good. That stuff's not all flaky. The wire wheel couldn't get in those corners, and it's hard to get a razor blade in there, especially right there too. But all the big main parts, we got it clean as can be.